Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. You can see a box behind me, right? This is actually a very important video. Even if you don't love the comics in it, this is a very important video if you're non-American. And I want to explain this. This is a real problem that I have living in Canada. Um, Basically, what happens is a lot of the times when you go to eBay, you see that awesome comic that you really, really want. They don't want to ship it outside of the United States. Or you see a comic that, it's a great comic that you want to buy, it's $5, and the shipping is $30. And you're just like, oh my goodness, do I really want to pay $30 for a $5 comic? So, those two real big issues this video today will solve for you. So, I was talking to Mark Olroyd. We do the price variance together as a sort of weekly show. And he was mentioning that, he lives in England and he had the same problem. Like, there's great comics, they're, cheap, affordable comics on eBay, but the shipping just kills the deal. Why would you pay $30 for a $5 comic? You'll never recoup your investment on that one. So that is a real big problem. And a lot of the time they wouldn't ship to the UK. So it's a big problem for us foreigners. So yeah, so he mentioned, like, I was kind of complaining about this problem, and he mentioned a site called Stackry. Now, I'll put a link, my affiliate link, I'll put my affiliate link in the description. So if you're a foreigner watching this video, check this link out, okay? It's called Stackry. And basically what they do is they allow you to ship to a US mailing address. So basically I got this box from Stackry. Now what happens is Stackry gets all the comics, so I order a bunch of comics, and they basically collect them for you. And they'll hold them up to 45 days. So you can basically get a whole bunch of orders, get them all stacked up, and you can basically collect a whole bunch of comics. And within the US, there's a lot of the time it's free shipping, okay? So I'm going to break down how much money I saved by using Stackry versus using like something else, okay? So which would have been just to send them to Canada direct. So I'm going to show you what's inside. I'm going to explain the numbers behind how much I paid for the shipping and show you my savings at the end. Hopefully this will be interesting, and hopefully it'll be useful. I really want to help foreign buyers like myself find ways of getting around some of those pesky things that happen when you're trying to buy comics from the US. So with all that said, let me get into the unboxing part. So I'm also curious about how they ship it, because one of the things that they do is they get all these packages, right? But they remove the packaging and then they consolidate it. So I'm curious how they're going to consolidate the packaging. So they put in some bubble wrap. So this is kind of interesting. The way that they put it in is kind of interesting. They put it in like this way. They kind of put it in a very interesting way. About some more bubbles. Okay. Then we have, so they kept the original packaging, which is really great in a way, because it means that, it's probably pretty safe. So this is the first one. I believe this is, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is, so one of the things that happened as well, and I really wanted to test this out. This is kind of my test of the Stackry thing, was I ordered a bunch of comics from my comic shop. Now, my comic shop, I buy a lot of stuff from, and they send me stuff all the time. And their shipping is actually pretty good to Canada. But what they will not do is they will not send certain comics to me. So I like some sexy comics. For example, Zombie Tramp and Tarot, the Black, it's like some long name. Tarot, the Witch of the Black Rose. I had to remember it. So I like those comics, but they would not send them. And they had actually so many of these issues that I missed. I'm only missing, like, I only was missing a few issues, and I would have the whole run of tarot. And I was like, well, they have it on eBay. The other sellers had it, but I would have to buy each individual book, and the prices that they had it on eBay were crazy. So I was like, oh, I really like to get these things from my comic shop, but they would refuse to send it to Canada. So I thought, hey, this is a good test of Stackry, where I can basically send it by Stackry and see if they will ship maybe some slightly naughty books to to Canada. So that is what these are. So these are going to be a little bit sexy. Hopefully not too sexy. I got to keep this PG. But they are books that would not, my comic shop would not send to Canada. So this is the only way I could get these books, was to use a service like Stackry. So we got the invoice. One sec here. I'm going to have to flip these around a bit. Okay, so this is Tarot Witch of the Black Rose. Okay, so geez, it's such a long name. This is number 33. I didn't have this issue, so these were the ones I was missing. I now have the complete series of tarot. I'm super excited just to have that. And you can see it's kind of sexy good girl art, a little bit modern good girl art. This is number 39. And this is a signed copy, number 43, cosplay cover. And it's like Jim Ballant is the writer and creator of that. And this is a modern one, Swords of Sorrow. And this is Miss Mask. I was just doing a video where I was talking about Miss Mask. So character I really like, Miss Mask. So that's the modern version of her. I think they just call her Masquerade in the new version. And then here's some more tarot, some kind of cute little tarot good girl art. Okay. And then we have some more tarot. This is some busty one, kind of interesting. But they wouldn't send these, so I was really sad. So this is number 50, kind of a key issue. And hopefully nobody saw that. Okay, so these ones are Zombie Tramps. These are all covers that are a little bit risque. So I'm going to censor it a little bit as I show it. Hopefully it's kind of censored, so censored. Okay, this is number 70 issue that I was missing. And now I have the complete series of Zombie Tramp. So this is, oh, wait, I'm going to cover it a little bit more. So this is number 70, a different cover. I was trying to get all the different covers. And this is, oh, this one is a little awkward. Okay, so that. So this is number 77. You can't really see much with my hands in the way, but I have to censor it. Sorry. And this is number 77. This one, she has big boobs, so it's really hard to censor. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, there. So this one is number 77. Just another great cover. So those ones, they would not mail to me. And it was just really great to be able to get them, because they were ones that I was missing from my collection. I'm trying to collect the whole series of Zombie Tramp, and these are the ones that I was missing. So it was cool to be able to get them. Okay, so that was the first thing. Most of the stuff is not that risque. It's more Golden Age stuff. But yeah, let's keep on going. That was kind of interesting. So I should have told them to, if they could have removed the packaging, it could have saved a little bit more space and packaging, but oh well. Okay, so this one is really well packaged. Okay, so this one is, I actually got it pretty affordably. It's in pretty rough shape, you'll see. But it's kind of a key issue. This is Thrilling Comics, I believe number 58. Yeah, 58. And what's so special about this? Well, it's Alex Schomburg art. It's a low grade. I would say this is a 1.5, maybe a 1.8. It's a pretty low grade. You can see there's big chip out of here and big chip down here. So yeah, it's a low grade, but still, I got it pretty affordably, so I was quite happy to get it. I paid, I think, just under 100 for it. So it sounds like a lot, but for what it is, it's kind of a major, good deal actually. So it's Alex Schomburg Good Girl Art. It's sort of a, you know, her name is Princess Pantha, and this is her first cover appearance. So kind of a cool key that it's her first cover appearance. She actually made her first appearance in number 56. So this is 2 issues later. So just kind of a cool Jungle Girl kind of major, well, semi-key for her. Okay, so that's that one. So that was in a huge package. And now there's a whole bunch. They kind of did this one a little bit differently. Okay. So these ones they did take out of the original packaging, which is good. And let's see what we got here. Okay, so this one's a little, this is a modern key, and I'll show it this way. We got Thor number 365 and Thor number 366. Now this is the first cameo appearance of Throg. He actually appears on the cover of 364 as well, where that's considered where where Thor, I should say, is kind of changing into a frog. But this is the one where, you know, it's kind of like considered Throg's cameo, and maybe where I think he picks up the hammer in it. And this is the first full appearance or first cover appearance. Oh, actually, sorry, this is the first full appearance of Throg. The previous one, 364, which I also have, is his cameo. And this one is the first Throg cover. So the 3 issues you would want to get if you're really interested in Throg as a character are 364, 365, which was mentioned in the Loki TV series, and 366. So I like these quirky characters. Throg is just so funny that it's like Thor plus frog. So it's like Thor is a frog. I think it's just hilarious. I think that's just such a cool thing. So I like these kind of quirky characters, and this is their kind of keys. And the fact that Throg made an appearance in the Loki series, I thought was great. So definitely one that I was happy to get. And I got it at a good price. Uh-oh. Okay, oh, yeah, there's still more. I was like, oh my goodness. I knew there was more, and I was like, where did they go? I just set it down. Okay, so there's 3 more books that I have to show. And I don't know why they... Okay, so the first one, and I gotta remember this character's name. Okay, I gotta remember this girl's name. So I wasn't a big fan of the Flash series, but this character is the love interest or sort of a major character within the Fire. This is Firestorm 23. And I'm blanking on the name of the character. Somebody told me about this character. This is a cheap book. I bought this for $5. Really cheap book. But it does have a major character from the TV series. And I'm actually in the process of watching that TV series. So definitely one that I will know about. I think it's Flash that had her. So you can tell me in the comments below. I'll remember it and I'll probably put it in the description. But this is the first appearance of kind of a major character for a TV series. So I'll look that up and tell you in the description. So you'll know before this, actually I show this comic. So the next one. Okay, so you'll see that in the description where I'll put that. Whenever I forget, when I'm making these videos, I'm always like, oh, okay, I'll put it in the description because sometimes I forget. Okay, this one's actually really cool. I really like this comic. Wow, I'm so excited to have this actually. This is Dollman number 37. And what's so exciting about this for me is the fact that it's a skull cover, pre-code book, Golden Age greatness. It is also the first appearance of Doll Girl, and I just really like this, good girl art kind of style here. And she's kind of like a little doll, like sort of like Doll Man. That's Doll Man up there. And this is her first appearance, and it's like a bondage cover. It's just a really great good girl art cover, and also skull cover. So just so much going on with this comic. I really like this. I love getting first appearances of Golden Age characters, especially female characters. You'll notice that kind of theme with me, that I really like good female characters first appearances. So like I'm a big Wonder Woman fan, so if you think about it, that's totally makes sense. So this is just a really great cover. I just really like it. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit so you can see what it looks like. It's not the highest grade. I would say it's like a 2.0. It's got some some nice chews here. It's a little rough, but it's just a really great comic to have in my collection. So maybe actually, I actually would say it's a little higher. Maybe a 2.5 or 3 at the highest. Okay, so last unboxing. And then I'm going to show you how much I saved. So stay tuned to the end of this video, because there's actually a lot of kind of useful information that I'll be giving, so you can see whether or not Stackry is a good idea or not. Okay, so let's see this final one. I know what this is. This is a really great comic. I should have brought the other one, and you'll see. Okay, wow, I made a huge mess on my floor, so I do that for you guys. So this one is kind of interesting. It looks beaten up. But it's mint condition, actually. It's Exciting Comics #1. Now this is a modern homage cover to Crime Suspense Stories 22. So basically what they did was, it's the same idea that if you watch my Soti book, where I was talking about the seduction of the innocent and the trial that happened after that book was written, this cover from Crime Suspense Stories #22 was kind of a major key book in the history of comics. So, a lot of comics have paid homages to it. And this is kind of like with my girl, Miss Mask, a character that I really like. Her having the head of this other character. I'm not sure what his name is. Probably like Black Scorpion or something like that. I don't know what his name is. But it's just a really great homage cover. And they try to make it look beaten up, but really it's a mint comic. And it's just to have that sort of similar style of that EC comics. Just a really great comic. There was only 300 of these printed, so it's a pretty rare comic. Now the funny thing was, actually I ordered this comic twice. I actually ordered it from the UK, and the shipping from the UK was $5. So I was like, oh, that's doable. I can handle that shipping. But the cost of the comic was $50. So I was like, oh, so it's like $55 to send this comic. Now there was 2 other choices that I had to get this comic. One was there was a guy who had it for $20 in the US, but he would not ship to Canada. So I was like, well, that's not fair. How am I going to get this comic? He won't even ship it into Canada. So I couldn't do that option. The third option was there was another guy that had it for like $35 or $40, something in that range. But the shipping was another $30 on top. So that would have been the most expensive option, even though the comic itself was slightly cheaper, if you do all the math. So basically, it would have cost me probably around $60 to $70 to get this comic, which is a bit much for this comic, but I still ordered one. But then the guy, when I ordered it, he ended up canceling the order. For whatever reason, the guy from the UK canceled the order because I guess the book had been damaged and he didn't want to send it because he wanted to send something nice. So he ended up canceling. He refunded the money, and I just never got that comic. So with Stackry, though, I could use my US address that they provide to order the one that was $20. So I ended up getting this book for $20. There was free shipping, so that was nice. And basically, it cost me $20 to get this comic instead of $70 with all the extras that you'd have to pay to get this to come to Canada. So with that said, that was all the books in this collection that I picked up. So I kind of wanted to go through what the costs would have been. So I wrote them all up here. This is my very, very fancy way of doing this. So the shipping costs for all these books to send them to Stackry, it still cost me some money to send it from whatever US address it was to Stackry. And that cost me $50 to send all these books. This was several boxes. It was actually 6 boxes. One of them had free shipping, but the rest had, I had to pay shipping fees. So that was $50. Now, had I sent it to Canada, like instead of sending it to Stackry, it would have cost me $165. So already I'm saving about $115. Now, on Stackry, you can actually say what the value is. So I could actually lower the customs value a little bit. And I ended up paying $60 in custom fees. Okay? But if I had sort of done it individually, I would have had to pay about $100 in custom fees. So the total savings is, okay, so it would have been $265 if I had sent it from each of the individual people to Canada. Or I would have, and I ended up paying $110. So I saved $155. Wow. Math. See, you watch comic videos and you learn math. So $155 by using Stackry. And that was all the costs. That shipping cost that Stackry charged me included their repackaging fee. It included the shipping cost. It included bubble wrap. There was like a whole bunch of things that you have to pay for. And it was a bit pricey for all those things. But ultimately, I did save about $155, which is pretty great. And I was able to get comics that I wouldn't have been able to get if I didn't use Stackry. So that's the key point here. So I hope that this has been useful, especially to my foreign, like people that are outside of the United States watching this video. Please use my affiliate link if you use Stackry. I'll put that link in the description so you can check it out. I definitely recommend them because they will really reduce the cost of shipping to Canada or to wherever you're going. And they'll ship anywhere in the world, which is kind of nice. And you will get the comics faster too. That was the big thing that I really noticed. So usually to send from the United States to Canada, which is not far, it's not like we're millions of miles away, it usually takes 1 to 2 months, which is brutal. It's just like you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Sending it to Stackry, it took about 2 weeks to get all the orders sent to Stackry. And then it was another week to get it to come to Canada. So overall, 3 weeks versus 2 months. So much, much faster to use Stackry to send to Canada, even though you had to do that extra step in between. So that's another great reason to use the service, and I highly recommend them. They were I had to call them. I was a little bit nervous with my first shipment. They were very polite. They were very nice. They helped me a lot with my first order. So I give them high marks for their help. And that's my summary of the Stackry service and my unboxing video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to check out my links in the description because I'll put my Instagram in there. And there's lots of cool things I'm posting up on Instagram. I'm showing way too much on Instagram, but there's some really cool things there you got to check out. So check me out on Instagram. And thanks for watching. And I'd love to hear your experience shipping internationally. So thanks again.